How do we build the Samaritan Sukkot? I often get asked how Samaritans build the Sukkot since we have this commandment in the Torah. Well, it starts by creating a frame of steel, as you can see here. Every family creates their own shape and size, and of course we have to attach it to the ceiling since the Sukkot should be above us. The celebration of the Sukkot really comes to fulfill the commandment in the Torah that tells us, on the first day of Sukkot, you shall take the fruit of hadar trees, branches of palm trees, boughs of leafy trees, and aroma of the brook, which is what we actually put above the Sukkot, and also what we attach, like the fruits, like the pomegranates and the lemons. Like we say in ancient Hebrew, Firi is adar kabbot tamirim, wa nafi is abbot wa rabinil. Before we begin, of course, we need to attach every fruit to usually a wire, an electric wire. Usually different fruits or different vegetables require different ways to attach them or attach the stem to the electric wire. Of course, if you're wondering in the first place, why do we build the sukkah anyway? It really is a way to remember one miracle mentioned in the Torah, that God used to protect the Israelites from the heat of the sun in the desert by clouds. So this is how we remember this. You gotta think technology makes things definitely easier. There's no doubt that technology made building the sukkah easier. Today the wires take the shape you want much easier. They get attached to the sukkah like almost instantly. While when we had ropes, it would probably take much longer to build what we build today. So one by one we begin to attach the lemons and the pomegranates and the peppers and other fruits to the structure on top, which is the sukkah. And it requires patience. All the family works together, and it really only takes usually a couple of days, but it's really beautiful to build. If you're wondering what do we do with the fruits, by the way, after 7 days of having them on the ceiling, we actually make really delicious juices and some specific foods out of it. Every year, usually the family either do the same shape as last year, or sometimes they try a new shape. So this year we tried a shape that kind of resembles half a circle and half a triangle. It was really challenging, but could we make it? I'll show you in a bit. No doubt one of my favorite things about the sukkah is how incredibly good it smells. Other than it looks amazing, it really smells good. Kind of like a spicy, refreshing, lemony kind of smell. No doubt the most iconic fruit on the sukkah is the etrog, a kind of a citrus, kind of a huge lemon that we usually leave to put on the sukkah the last. And I always try to have the honor to do it. So it usually, depends on if I'm staying till the end. And I think this year I wasn't lucky, but I did get a pomegranate almost fall on me, and usually that's a good sign, and it also tastes really good. So of course during this time all the Samaritans are working on either at their parents' sukkah or grandparents' sukkah. Like for example, I build usually at my grandparents and just do a symbolic sukkah at home. The Sukkot festival is really like entering heaven. It comes after Yom Kippur. It's a celebration of the 7th month, which is probably the holiest month of all the year. Almost done. A few more pomegranates and lemons. Of course, our ancestors also created beautiful poems to describe the sukkah, to describe those holy days. And here's an example of one of the most famous ones. after 7 days of sitting, eating, and having other families and guests under the sukkah, the families gather once again to remove the sukkah and start a new year, start a new season of winter, and remove the sukkah from the ceiling, remove the fruits, the vegetables, the leaves above the sukkah, and we also symbolically burn the leaves to remember a specific event that the Samaritans gained access again to Mount Gerizim after the Romans took control over it. So to conclude the festival of the Sukkot, we take those dried palm leaves and we burn them, remembering also the stunning Samaritan victory over the Byzantines, where it was led by a Samaritan reformer, a Samaritan leader. His name was Baba Rabba, which means Baba the Great. He led basically a huge revolt against the Byzantines, who tried to control Mount Gerizim and stop the Samaritans from accessing Mount Gerizim, which was probably one of the hardest days for the Samaritans. And this fire probably is one of the ways to remember this victory and to remember the probably hardships also that the Samaritans went through because of the many wars that the Samaritans went through. During these few hours of burning those leaves, people remember there's a new season coming, there's a new winter coming. There are wishes for a season full of rain, full of blessings, and hopefully full of health.